And something that might not have been expected by Sisu. They do have the rook in this time around.
Now this is the first time we're seeing this bomb site that we've seen entirely downstairs. Now we're seeing the dorms. So this is going to be definitely a different push and a different defense. Interesting they're bringing the Capital this time, possibly to be able to try and fire people out where Bootsy's at right now, so that if they can use that fire to get him out of the position. That's always a critical position. That's why you see people fighting over the kitchen, for example.
What is up, my coconut bras, and welcome back. And in this video we are going to be doing the awesome game that happened between Black Dragons and Sisu. Now this game just happened earlier yesterday, and it was so amazing to watch it and see all the strats that come in that are brought to the table. Really sick. And man, honestly I'm just thinking about doing a Pro League strats video for every single one of these matches. Like, every single one of these matches is so sick, and there's literally so much to learn from every single one of these. It's so awesome and badass. But basically, I'm not going to waste any more of you guys' time. We're going to start this off with an easy one. And I just thought that this was a cool glass line of sight that I want to point out. Wasn't really talked too much about in the commentary or anything. But as you see right here, like, you can hold a really crazy angle right here, and you're going to be able to pinch off this entire bomb site. Well, not entirely, but a lot of times they're going to have a transfer hole on this wall right here. And if they happen to come across your scope, they're going to be completely taken out. And that's not something that the defending team is going to want to challenge. Alright, so from this defender's point of view, by getting pinched from here from a glass on the side, that is just not something and not a position that you want to put yourself into. Challenging this glass line of sight would be insanely difficult. He's going to be hanging on the sidewall just holding a crazy pixel peek, and that's not something that's going to be easy to pull off. He's going to be able to go up and down, move around, and just hold a crazy tight angle, whether it be on this window here or this one over here. And this game was just so amazing. Sisu, they're just constantly changing and coming up with different ideas and new strats and stuff. Really surprising to me personally that Black Dragons was able to pull it off. I think that Black Dragons was the underdog going into it, but oh man, just everybody that is playing this weekend is so badass. I'm so excited to see more. But anyways, let's move on to our next spot.
Have control of.
I was hoping the Capital would have had a fire left to fire at the doorway to stop smoke from counter peeking him, and then been able to push on Wilkie, but it didn't work out that way resources wise.
And Capital is not just to get the frags. The Para is pretty good, and its attack
but being able to cut someone's rotation.
So this next spot is going to be a Valkyrie camera placement, and we are in the watchtower area. And for the sake of this video, I'm just going to rip down this entire window right here. And there's a couple different ways you can do this camera. You can throw it up high, make it land on this back wall like you just see me do right there. Or you can also throw it right here where I have the Valkyrie camera there already. So I'll show you exactly what this looks like. So this is really good because as you see to my left is where the construction spawn is. So a lot of times they're going to spawn construction, run up here, or for example if they're rappelling up on the tower like how I showed you earlier in the previous spot. These cameras are all around just really sick spots. A lot of times the attackers are just going to run straight past them. And as you see, you have pretty much complete coverage of this entire half of the map, whether they're attacking the tower side or whether they are going to be attacking dorms, etc., even dining room. So overall, really sick camera spots.
Counter. Wilkie needs to be the one to do this basically, because with Wilkie getting picked gave them the control of kitchen to be able to get that jammer out. So Wilkie needs to stay alive. He needs to counter kitchen as long as possible. They have a camera in there, but he does know he's got a lot more control of kitchen. Now the mute jammer is going to last a little bit longer.
Alright you guys, so now we are over here on Clubhouse, and I just think that this spot right here is so funny. This was being used by Cantor Akedi, and you never really saw his point of view to it, so I was really curious about it, and I just wanted to go into a custom game and see exactly what he was doing, because at first I was like, man, this spot is really obvious. But when you see how I'm laying down, like I'm pretty much in the church area still. But from this angle, you can get a pixel peek in between these little wine and beer boxes. And as you see right here, this one is kind of blocking my point of view for the head. But right here, I got a really nice pixel peek on anybody that pokes their head around the stairs. So this is really sick. But then if you look at where my body and everything is, like I'm still in the church. So really hard angle for attackers to see. So let's see, I was laying down right here. And I'm going to go right over here as an attacker. If I come over here, I'm going to be checking head level over here, check head level over here. And the angle was like literally right down through this tiny little line of sight. So it's like a really obvious spot, but at the same time, it's just a little bit unorthodox, really unusual, and I absolutely love watching Kenter Ikedi play. He's such a beast, so any tips from him? If he's doing it, then it must be working pretty good because he's an absolute monster.
With both sides and players from every team that are able to play off of these clutches.
Now you see Nesk being someone who knows how to play Mira, opens up just below the window.
Yeah.
That's something that not every team understands, is the angle advantage you get by opening up some of the wall around the window, because you can see up and down a lot more. And it's one of those subtle things, yeah. And that just shows a level of like more expertise with a mirror window, that you're not just playing it the obvious way, you know how to actually set it up better. Same thing with like whether or not you crouch it or stand it in certain situations.
So this gives you an advantage because that way you can see if anybody's proning, like a glass, for example.
Exactly.
Yeah. That is fantastic.
So that stops a, oh, there we go. This is something we've seen sometimes from the Brazilian team, some great plays on these C4 throws. You see how he set up that angle right there? Now he's got to be super precise on that throw if he wants to throw the C4 over that angle, or if he wants to throw it down. Because you don't want it to stick on the wall, obviously. So it's something that they have to practice. And that's what I mean. This is something they've practiced, this defense. And I'm curious to see if this works out.
Alright, you guys, so now in this section, we're going to be going over how Black Dragons did their mirror setup in church. So one thing I want to point out right away is don't ever put your mirrors straight in the middle right here. You can always scoot over closer so that it's going to be connected to the other mirror. You don't have to put it flush with the wall. So as you see right there, I got them really close together. I could have gone a little bit closer with this mirror right here, but all in all, that's good to go. But basically, you can just choose whatever one you want to punch out. You don't have to punch out any of them. You can punch out both of them if you want to, just depending on whatever one you want to do. But another thing that I got to point out is this is really sick, and a lot of people don't realize that if you come to this side, on the other side of the mirror, you can actually shoot out and get a little bit of an extended point of view, even on the sides a tiny bit. So what this does is this makes it hard for anybody that's either crouching or lying down. You're still going to be able to see them. So I'm going to show you exactly what this looks like. I'll compare it with the other mirror that I have up. So right here, look, I can see a little bit down further. And as you see right here, like look at this wall. It's like completely chunked up still. So let's compare the two of them. Look at that. I can see the ground very easily. This one is like completely blocked up all the way down to the pipes. So you see the difference right here. Now the second thing that they had was they had this top part blown up right here. Now you need to be careful if, say, Buck or somebody with grenades is coming through, then you got to be careful and watch out for grenades flying through. But most likely you'll have a Jaeger or some sort of air defense system set up. Well, I guess Jaeger's the only one. And another thing that you can do, if you're really precise, you can actually get a nitro cell to fly through the top and get whoever is on the stairs right there. So really crazy sick setup by Black Dragons here.
A or B, depending.
Now Nesk is upstairs right now. If he stays in cash room, he could be the one to try and contest that Buck. If he can stop Wilkie up there, it could be a pretty big deal. So the question is he like just setting that up? No, he's actually going to go for a peek.
All right.
Doesn't quite catch him in time though. I like he's got the camera to keep trying.
Oh, he gets the kill! Oh my god! Panari going down, and even his teammate in the back's too busy droning to help him out. This is like inspired by C4 at this point.
Yeah, I don't think anyone expected that. Nesk being smart and just taking his free kill and moving on. Oh.
So now I'm going to be showing you the spawn kill that Nesk used in order to spawn rush, kind of spawn kill Panari, and it was a really sick one. Never have I ever seen this one before, and it's super badass. All you got to do is get your Valkyrie camera. This isn't necessarily a requirement, but it's better with Valkyrie if you want to do it exactly like how Nesk did. Basically, all he did was throw a camera right outside on this wall here. Then from here, he can watch construction spawn. And that's the beauty of this too, is even if there's nobody that spawns out here, it's still a pretty good camera in order to see this back area, because a lot of people will come over to this ladder, rappel up the side, and look down the hallway. So anyways, Panari came running out from the side. He saw that. He took advantage of that, came over here, started shooting at him, came back in, but because he missed a couple shots, but he wasn't quite detected yet, or if he did, then it was only because they saw the bullets flying. And so he came back out a second time and was able to finish off the kill on Panari. And it was really, really sick.
So this is a situation where if they can just control piano room, and Wilkie tends to play like bathroom,
yeah,
like that, and that's what he's doing right now.
By going with the Buck, the Sledge, and the Habana with the
They're going to destroy some floors.
Yeah, you're going to destroy some floors, but this might be it for BD. It's like, you know what, let's just go to the ground floor and start opening up from there.
Yeah, not smart.
They know where he's at.
There we go.
And that's instant tap onto him.
This is now going over to Black Dragon's favor. That is not what needed to happen for Zissou, is to lose both Kanto and Wilkie there. That gives full control over piano, and now they can really lay down the law on that garage.
And that's exactly what.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. For once, Yuk isn't being C4'd, so he can just open up the flooring, take control of basically the one player, the bandit that always stands behind the truck, behind white truck. Well, he can't really stand there anymore because he's got both angles looking down on him.
Alright, you guys, now you heard the commentators. They knew exactly what Black Dragons was going for. So basically, Zissou was defending the garage area, and so Black Dragons wanted to take control of piano. And so I guess this is kind of more of a thing with the Brazilian meta where Thatcher is a less popular pick. But anyways, so they're going to be relying more on taking control of piano and opening it up from the top. So I'm just going to be showing you a ton of different places that you can open up garage from the top. So right here, if you're able to get control of piano room, if they have bandits or mutes, then obviously you can take those out right here. Another good spot is going to be anywhere down this line here, because this is going to be looking out from behind the white van, which a lot of people like to peek in. Then they also use this spot right here. Let me reload real quick. This is going to be more in between the break room area and in between the white van and this break room wall here. And then this spot right here is going to be for the break room, because as you guys know, I'm sure, if with the bombs were going to spawn in break room and also garage. So once you start opening up angles like this, it's really, really crazy. Not many places for defenders to hide. You're basically going to be causing a panic, and there's going to be so many lines of sight down on them. It's going to make it extremely difficult.
Holding off stairs all the time. It's like, are they going to try to, you know, go for a back raise? Oh, what's going on here?
Now you see the caution here. We talked about the spawn peaks, and when they're playing this site especially, it's even more spawn peak. Now we're finally going to see what IQ's doing something. He's looking for those Valk cameras that outside, because this is where they're really useful, right? Because you want to know when to do jump outs. You want to know when to like run out on the balcony and get some picks. So taking out those Valkyrie cameras is going to help here for sure.
And this is a great spot for the Valk cam.
Yeah, let's see if Wilkie finds that one or not.
Alright, so this next spot is going to be a really, really cool Valkyrie camera, and you guys already know this, I'm sure, but Consulate is just such a dangerous map for runouts, spawn kills. There's so many different windows, so many different lines of sight that you can use to kill attackers while they're still outside. This is going to be a Valkyrie camera that helps tremendously in doing so. So all they had to do was take a Valkyrie camera and they threw it along this wall here. And by doing a camera like this spot here, you can pretty much wall this and watch this entire side of the map, and even this entrance from the right. So really, really sick. If you see anybody even rappelling up on the window, like say somebody's rappelling up on the window I am right now, then you could use a run out on the balcony right over there above the bomb site, and that would be a really, really sick spot. So overall, really, really nice camera. And that's pretty much going to wrap it up for this. As always, I have the final few seconds of the final round of the match point, and this one is going to be where you guys see Black Dragons take out Zissou. And honestly, such an amazing job by Black Dragons taking out Zissou. I know Zissou was a lot of people's pick for who they thought were going to win this entire Finals Pro League tournament, including myself. I honestly thought that Zissou had what it takes to pull it off, and they still do. Unfortunately, the cards just didn't line up for them on this one. I'm sure they're going to be back and do an amazing job though, so hats off to Black Dragon. It's going to be awesome watching them play coming up. So I love you guys all. See you guys all very soon in the next video. Peace.
Attackers here, but they've got to make a bit more progress in terms of kills here with only a minute left. There's the start of that.
Nesk will get kill number 1. Where's he getting shot from though? Oh, Zig gets kill number 2.
Shadow's gonna have to save this here. Nope.
One in beat,
oh,
one in zig.
Wilkie from below, can you do it? You got no C4. You got at best information against 4.
And they all keep moving, and that's the thing. You can't really predict in the situation where are they going to stop, where are they going to plant.
If this is really 4-2 right now, I think Black Dragons won.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go.